Anthony would have provided me notice. That's not my red flag. Preparation is important.
You know that's why I love you, right?
That's all it makes this pretty easy.
It's the little things that like. Yes, sir.
Here, I got another one here. I got one for
What do
you
you
too.
need, Pastor?
There you go.
Lord have mercy.
I'm good. One of my kids was here nervous. Yeah, I'm going to heard her.
All right. 1 minute.
That's dangerous. That is what was meant.
So, it's only 1 minute.
So far, man. That's what.
I'm just
What?
I'm trying to wear red for Valentine's.
It's not Friday. It's not Friday.
This is, Miss
Oh, sorry.
Yes, take time for me after.
They're written.
Okay.
They're written softly, but I know you. I know what you said. This is your form, my servant. Come on.
Everybody good?
Hey, Chris.
No, I don't have
Grace, how are you?
Brother Squire, it's good to see you, sir. Good, how are you? Cliff, how are you, sir?
Doing all right, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. This meeting will come to order. It is to be noted in the book of minutes that the required 48-hour notice was mailed to the office of the Times, the Trentonian, and the clerk of the city of Trenton, as well as posted in the main entrance of the authority, 875 New Willow Street, in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gentry.
Here.
Commissioner Lopez.
Here.
Commissioner Raines.
Here.
Commissioner Staten.
Here.
Commissioner Walker.
Here.
The chairwoman of Law and Order.
Here.
We have a quorum.
At this time, can I have a motion to adopt the revised agenda, which include a walk-on resolution 25-11?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Question. Why is it a walk-on? Let me answer. It's a walk-on because I wanted the contractor to get started on the work. This is for our HIP program, and we wanted to start the work as soon as possible. And just finally was able to finalize the evaluation of the bids. Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Aye.
Commissioner Staten.
Yeah.
Commissioner Walker.
Yes.
Chairwoman of Law and Order.
Yes. At this time, can I have a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from the meeting being held on January 8th, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
Yes,
Commissioner Staten?
I'm looking for, there's some corrections where they made. I don't see the correction. I don't see it
In the regular meeting?
in the regular
minutes?
meeting.
Correction, read it out. Yeah. Yeah. You want to like to have it printed out. Yep.
You want to defer that till later so you can have that?
Sure.
Yeah, we do that, and you can approve it, assuming it meets whatever is approved, you can approve it at that time, subject to the changes, so.
Okay.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the executive session meeting minutes?
So just a point of order. When you do a motion and second on on an item and then you don't move on it, what is that? What do you call
And
it?
you, I say you're deferring it to
You
later.
just deferring it?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we need to make a motion and vote on that?
We're waiting because the question was whether waiting for the revisions.
Well, I'm told that they were done, you
Yeah,
just
they
need to
were.
get a copy.
Yeah,
I'll go with that word.
Yeah.
I'm good. It can,
Okay, all right.
it can advance.
If you're fine with it, assuming
Yeah,
that then
advance
they'll
to
be
the vote.
approved with the revisions as noted.
It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so,
You want to go ahead and vote on it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna vote?
This is on item number
4.
4, yes, yes.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon, Gordon.
Yes. Can I have a motion to approve the executive session meeting minutes being held on January 29, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon, Gordon.
Yes. At this time, can we have a report from the secretary, please?
Commissioner Gordon, I was just going to go right into the resolution.
That will be fine.
Okay. So resolution 2502, 2503, 2504, 2505, and 2506 will be presented by Mr. Richard Squire Tilly.
Yes. Good afternoon, Commissioners. How are you doing today?
Good afternoon.
All right, thank you, guys. So we're going to start with Resolution 2502. This resolution authorizes the approval of disbursements for January in the amount of $2,273,920.85, split between the general fund of $1,514,000 and $1,514,344.99, and the capital fund of $759,575.86 respectively. It is recommended that the Board of Commissioners adopt the resolution approving the disbursements for the month of January 2025.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-02?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Here.
this is a resolution.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's the same.
Disbursements,
Sorry.
2502.
It's the same.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes. I'm sorry, I missed the question part. If there was a correction to this?
Yes,
Was it made?
yes, it was just, it's added to disbursements on,
Yeah,
mhm,
okay.
I addressed that.
Yes. Thank you.
so that's a yes.
That is a yes, I'm
Okay.
sorry, yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon, Gordon.
Yes.
Next resolution is 2503. This resolution authorizes the late introduction and submission of the Department of Community Affairs 2025 annual budget that was previously approved by the Commissioners of the City of Trenton Housing Authority. It is my recommendation that the Board of Commissioners approve the introduction and submission of the late 2025 DCA budget.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes, for the correction. Thank you. Minor.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon, Gordon.
Yes.
The minutes should reflect that Commissioner Green and I was 1206.
Good. All right. Resolution 2504. This resolution authorizes the write-off of $1,109,608.58 out of a total of $1,618,809.23 in the uncollectible accounts receivable for tenants who vacated as of December 31st, 2024. It is recommended that the Board of Commissioners adopt the resolution authorizing the Executive Director to execute the write-off of uncollectible accounts receivable balance.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-04?
So moved.
Second.
Questions?
Just one.
Commissioner Lopez?
This positively impacts our score when it comes to the financial aspect of the PHA, right? Because technically, we don't have debt, kind of.
Absolutely, absolutely. So these were balances that were being held over from individuals who had skip outs, and there are some evictions in there as well. But it does improve our score financially, and the agency was able to bring in, I would say, double amount of cash received for year to year as well. So the increase of the court efforts, the courts being back open, now it's pursuing individuals and taking them back to court for behind rent is actually moving forward for us to get us to a positive financial position.
Awesome, thank you. And then just one more question. So if someone is evicted, the debt isn't automatically dissolved. It's dissolved when we finally vote on it, like, for example, in this one.
Correct. So
Okay.
we also do have our legal team who then pursue garnishments and things along those lines. If an individual does start to work after the fact and try to resolve these debts that are outstanding as well, but that would be in excess of our financials.
Got it, thank you.
Mr. Tibbs, so we do have a policy, because at the end of the day, as long as they are working, we're gonna get our money back, correct? Through the garnishments and stuff like that.
Correct. We pursue legal actions to try to facilitate that. You know, once they're out, or once they are, no longer with the authority, we do have a legal representation who try to pursue the funds after they are no longer with the agency.
Any other questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staton.
Yes.
Commissioner Walker.
Yes.
Chairwoman Robert Gordon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 2505. Management has identified a need to engage the services of qualified lawn care provider for each site here at the THA, 5 contracts in total. The contracted sites are Donnelly Homes, Wilson and Haverstack Homes, Prospect Village, and Fraser Courts, Lincoln Homes, Josephson and Abbott Apartments, and French Towers. The scope of services include grass mowing, edging, paving, areas of debris cleanup, weeds, leaf removal, tree pruning, and mulching. The request for proposal was advertised on December 1st, 2024. There were 5 firms who requested bid packets. 1 firm submitted a proposal by the closing date of January 7th, 2025, which was Job 1. Submitted a proposal that was both responsive and responsible, with a fee proposal within the estimated range for each specific site. The annual fees for each site is identified below and itemized by site. In total, the fees will not exceed $233,590 for the first year, with the renewal option for years 26 and 27. With the 3-year total combined will not exceed the total of $700,770 for the entire 3-year of the contract. It is recommended that the Board of Commissioners adopt the resolution authorizing the Executive Director to contract with Job 1 for lawn care services for THA-wide.
So Job 1 is going to do all of the sites, is what you're saying?
That's correct.
I would like for us to table this resolution due to the fact that my personal opinion, Job 1 is not equipped to do all of the sites. I feel as though that we need to separate this for different lawn care, snow removal. And the only reason why I say that is because I live here in the Housing Authority. There is no way that I should leave, I have to shovel my own, go to work and come back and my site is still not done. Don't get me wrong. I understand he could have lack of services. I asked this question several times before. Who determines what site gets done first? This is for all of the residents, not just one. And to have one company do all the sites and it's not done in a day?
I just would say, the only thing I would say about that, let's bifurcate snow removal.
I was about to say,
landscape services.
absolutely.
We've been doing our landscape services for probably since.
He's been doing it a while.
7 years, yeah.
And he's been
Since you've
doing,
been there. And the year before that.
He does a good job on the landscape services. I definitely know that snow removal is a different beast.
Absolutely.
And potentially when we talk about snow removal, that's a different conversation, but this is not.
Yeah, that's a
snow
different
removal
contract.
This is lawn and landscaping and lawn care.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I was just going to make that point, that this is specifically geared solely towards lawn. Snow removal is a different contract that's, like you said, we can set up differently.
Okay.
You withdraw that, Madam Chair?
You're not requesting the table
Yes, I withdraw that.
for the motion, so I guess we need a motion.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-05?
So moved. Second.
Well, any questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez. Yes. Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
No.
Okay. Resolution 2506. For the past 4 years, the Trenton Housing Authority has utilized outside contractors for vacant unit reconditioning. This has proven very effective in keeping up with the unit terms that our maintenance department, unfortunately, are not equipped to handle at this time. While maintaining quality standards, for THA wishes to continue utilizing the outside contractors to assist with unit terms. Contractors have sufficient resources to respond to these proposals on an as-needed basis as within the terms of the contract. Contractors are able to commence work within requested times and complete within specific timeframes unless extraordinary circumstances prohibit such repairs. This contract will be for the term of only 1 year. And conditions. Six submissions. THA publicly bid this project on November 17th, 2024. 11 contractors obtained RFQ packages. Submissions were due by December 10th, 2024. 7 contractors submitted packages by the due date. 6 submissions were for contractors currently under contract with THA. Other submissions were for the other submission for the new contractor was also included. It is determined that it is determined to continue the utilization of the services of all 7 contractors listed below. It is recommended that the Board of Commissioners adopt the resolution authorizing the Executive Director to execute a contract with Trevor Carpentry, Do It All, VI Construction, Donmore Construction, Map Planning Enterprises, Blackstone Group, and Peace of Mind Construction to recondition units on a as-needed basis THA-wide for a 1-year period in the amount not to exceed $600,000.
I have a motion to adopt 25-06, please.
So moved.
Second. Go ahead.
Questions?
Comment.
Commissioner Staton?
Just glad to see that these contracts are going to local businesses. That's all, thank you.
Mr. Tibbs, I have a question.
Yes.
In the beginning, when we were doing all of the reconstructions of the buildings. We started out with 4. Now we're at 7, right?
Contractors, total contract.
So contract, 7. So are we, trying to think of the right words to use. Are we doing a good job with the 4 that we started with, now that we're adding 3 more? Or is it the fact that there are more apartments to be done? This is the reason why we're adding on.
I think the demand has increased due to the occupancy issues that we're addressing, and having more contractors allows us to get things done faster.
What's that?
So it's just increase the speed in which we're turning over the units and make them available to get qualified individuals back into those units.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Rainey,
Yes.
Commissioner Staley,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Ward.
Yes.
Okay, 2507 and 2508 will be presented by Chris Love.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Resolution 2507 is the resolution of the Housing Authority of the City of Trenton authorizing the Executive Director to execute a contract with Hague Service Corp. For fire alarm panels repairs at the French Towers on an emergency basis. So as we were doing the elevator repairs, it was discovered that the fire panels were not connected correctly and there had some wiring issues that were required for emergency repair. We went out for an emergency proposal. We received a contract or proposal back from Hague, who came in at $65,878. It is recommended that we do the repair as soon as possible because we do need it in order to get inspections for the elevators also. I recommend that the Board of Commissioners approve this resolution.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-07?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
I have a question.
Commissioner Lopez?
So, do we know the cause of the initial wiring being incorrect? Was it the job was done incorrectly, or is it out of regulation, or?
It's out of regulation. Even the fire panel that they have is obsolete. We can't even use the same company, so it's something that's really just needs to be upgraded. And we're probably going to have to look into our other sites as well as a result of it.
Is there an industry standard on how often they should be upgraded or checked out, reviewed, the fire panels?
I'm not aware of it, but I'll look into it. I don't think this one has been done in a while. I would say maybe over 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, okay. We do like annual inspections on our buildings, right?
Yeah,
You think we can add, checking,
yeah.
however often is appropriate, right? It doesn't have to be,
We do,
more than
I mean,
needed.
I think, just to go a little further, I think we do have a fire inspection as well. I think it's the original.
Yeah, so there might be,
Panel to the building, so like, as regulations change and as standards change, sometimes, what triggered it is that we're doing a major rehab project of the elevator, so that's why it came up. Yeah, it wouldn't have came up if we weren't modernizing the elevator. So, but we do a fire inspection like here, do a rehab inspection as fire, so it would have to be an event like that that would make it, once you go digging into the wall.
Yeah,
and things,
exactly.
You realize how it's wired.
okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gentry.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Rainey.
Yes.
Commissioner Staley.
Yes.
Commissioner Walker.
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Ward.
Yes.
okay. Resolution number 2508, resolution of the Housing Authority of the City of Trenton authorizing the Executive Director to enter into an agreement with the Genesis Company LLC as the private development partner, co-developer to redevelop Prospect Village, Fraser Court, and Campbell Homes developments through the HUD-approved rental assistance demonstration conversion. We went out in last September, to bid and we received proposals back from various companies. We selected through a very strategic selection process and interview process with Genesis Company, LLC, to develop Prospect Village, Fraser Court, and to do a new development at Campbell Homes. So Campbell Homes are 2 vacant buildings that we plan to demolish and build new there. We authorized them as our development partner in Resolution 2328 and extended it to allow us for more time to negotiate the redevelopment agreement in Resolution 2426. Now we have come to terms of, we mutually agreed on the terms and the conditions of the redevelopment agreement, and now we are asking to execute this agreement so that we can begin work there. It is recommended that the Board of Commissioners approve this resolution.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-08?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry. Yes. Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staton.
Yes.
Commissioner Walker.
Yes.
Chairwoman Walden Gordon.
Yes.
I think 09 and 10 are that good.
Yes, I guess it is my turn to do this. This is not a task that I relish necessarily, but it's one that's necessary. For those in the audience, Executive Director Jelani Garrett, who's been obviously a mainstay here for several years and has done a tremendous job through some very challenging times, extended his resignation, and commissioners, we have to post this on the meeting for resolution purposes. So this would be appropriate to adopt a resolution of the Housing Authority of the City of Trenton to accept, with regret, the resignation of Executive Director Jelani Garrett. Detail in the resolution some of the accomplishments and some of the work that he's done. I'll be happy to repeat that if you'd like. If not, certainly be part of the record of this meeting and be posted on the website. So it'd be appropriate, regrettably, to have a resolution to accept the resignation of Executive Director Jelani Garrett.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-09?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry.
Yeah.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staton.
Yes.
Commissioner Walker.
Yes.
Chairwoman Walden Gordon.
Yes.
And motion passes unanimously. The next resolution, this for the benefit of everybody present, the resignation was received at the end of the last meeting. Obviously, no action to be taken then because it was the meeting been concluded, but the work of the commissioners started right away to begin a process for the selecting a successor to Executive Director Green. Hence, the resolution 2510 is to authorize and ratify the commencement of the search process to select an executive director as a result of the resignation of the executive director, Jelani Garrett. Motion to approve that resolution.
Motion to move.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Gentry.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staton.
Yes.
Commissioner Walker.
Yes.
Chairwoman Walden Gordon.
Yes.
Motion also passes.
And then finally, 2511 is the walk-on resolution.
Resolution 2511, resolution of the Housing Authority of the City of Trenton authorizing the Executive Director to enter into an agreement with Global Construction Contractors for the North Trenton Battle Monument Home Improvement Program, HIP, under the Choice Neighborhood Action and Activity Grant. In 2019, we received $1.3 million in Choice Neighborhood Action and Planning Grant. Part of that funding was to go to action activities throughout the neighborhood. One of the projects was a HIP program. We developed a program to assist residents, homeowners from the 600 and 700 block of MLK Boulevard. We have done 6 homes so far to date, and now we're bringing the second group of homes to get started with the work on these properties. These are private properties, and we are just provided as an incentive to residents that have been here in the neighborhood, and it's a grant. We are partnered with the City of Trenton, IOs, and Trenton Neighborhood Initiative, so we provide like a holistic approach to providing home ownership improvements to these existing homeowners. I put it on as a walk-on because we do have stipulations on when the money will be recaptured from HUD, so we want to try to get as much of the work done as possible, as soon as possible. It's recommended that the Board of Commissioners approve this resolution.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 25-11?
So moved. Second.
Any questions? Roll call.
Thank you.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Commissioner Walker,
Yes.
Chairwoman Logan Ward.
Yes. At this time, we will have public session. Can I please have everybody silence their phone? For those who wish to speak, did you sign in? Is there anybody in the audience who would like to speak and didn't sign in yet?
Say again? Did someone need to sign in that didn't, someone would like to speak?
Oh, I didn't want to speak, but I signed in, I probably could have signed in, I just typed my name.
Okay, Ms. Hickman.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go to the next person, Ricky Fox. You want to? You didn't want to speak? Okay. Last name is Hammond?
You got it.
Okay.
When you come to the podium, please state your name, your address, and unit number, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Rolette Hammond. I live at 237 Josephson, apartment 705. I'm talking about my council business today. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. So we're going to start with the stuff that I've talked about before, and still nothing has been done. The trims of the trees in front of the building, like where they cover up the signs to tell people where to come in and where to go out on the property. Okay, they're still like that. I also asked for the trees to be trimmed where the flag is. The last flag was torn up because of the twigs and all that stuff up there. And my first time at this meeting with you all, I spoke on that, and it still has not been done. It's almost a year. Our common room downstairs, the community room. We have about, we've got this same kind of lighting you have here, just a square. About 7 of them have been without electricity and lighting for about 5 months. When I go into the office, I'm told that we don't have an electrician or company that we're contracted with that does that kind of work. So until we do, it's going to stay like that. Again.
Can you tell me who told you that?
Actually, it was more than one person. It was a couple of the maintenance people. Okay, and the young lady in the office, she just parroted what they said to me. Back to hot water in the laundry room. In our building, it's safe to say that we have maybe, let's say 200 people living in the building. I'm sure it's more. We have 5 washers for 200 people and 3 front dryers. No hot water. You cannot get hot water in any of the washers. Okay, they've been trying, I don't know what they're doing, but they're trying, because now it's not cold, it's tepid. The front loaders do not work. When you put in something, your clothes, let's say I put in a set of sheets, okay? I have queen sheets. When you go into the lawn to take them out, half wet, half dry. We're having backup problems. The washers are sitting on like a platform, and it has this much of a lip on it. So let's say 3 of the washers are working at the same time, and they all start to put the water out to go back to the next cycle, we will have a flood. What else? All right. So my understanding, and maybe someone can educate me if I'm wrong, is that there's no smoking in public buildings, or buildings that are funded by HUD. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So we have smoking in my building, alrighty? And my favorite part is the smoke right in front of the entrance. So no matter which way you come from, you have to walk through the smoke. So a lot of us in the building I have asthma, and coming through the smoke is not my favorite thing, nor do I want to smell like smoke or have the hair I just paid a fortune to get done smell like cigarettes. Alrighty? They're smoking in the building, they're smoking pot and whatever else they find that stinks up in there and just comes up to the top floors. I'm gonna ask nicely, could we please paint the lobby? It looks terrible. Pretty please, honey, sugar on top before you leave us. Thank you. So I wanted to know if you all knew how much was allotted for each apartment toward programs and stuff in the building. But I think I need to ask somebody else that, so I'll skip it. Now we have a piano in our common room, and we've had 2 incidences where the sewer pipes over that piano broke, and everything came raining down on the piano. So I'm also asking nicely.
Excuse me, are you saying panel?
Piano, P-I-A-N-O.
Piano.
Piano. I'll get better. It's the accent.
It's okay. It's okay.
So twice the piano was open, and the water came down on it. So I know for sure, because I remember the last time it was tuned. It's been 3.5 years since the piano was tuned. Can we please have it tuned, have it checked out, because so far we've had 2 deluges of water on it. Okay. All right. I talked about the lights. We're back to the lights on the property. Alrighty. I have not been able to make it to City Hall, I guess the Trenton Council, right? Where you have your ward representatives and stuff like that. Okay, my understanding was that they had to handle that even though it was on the property. Because I know that when I left here the first time, Mr. Pacheco, who's our maintenance person, I stood there and I watched him and Ms. Utsi put the report into public service. I sat there and watched her do it and him help her. And it's been almost a year and nothing. Now my understanding also is that Josephson is a senior building. You have to be 55 or more to live there.
No. It is a senior and disabled building.
Okay, so I know for sure that the 6 and 7-year-olds I see running around not disabled. They're not autistic, they're not on the panel, nothing. They're just fine, and they're running around among other people. So, just we'll throw that in the mix. We talked about smoking. I'm almost finished, I promise. I think I'm done. Thank you. Good to
Thank
see
you
you
so
all.
much.
Happy New Year.
Same to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Last name is Thompson. Last name.
My first name is Daniel. My last name is Thompson. I don't know what my unit number is, okay? But I have a few complaints.
First, tell me where you live at.
I live at 630 West State Street, Trenton, New Jersey, Press Towers,
Okay.
apartment 206. Now, I'm gonna start out that we the people at 630 West State Street, French Towers, we are having problems about our rent, which I brought here in December. I gave y'all copies, all of y'all copies, okay? I still got the copy up underneath for here, okay, for written about this situation. Okay, we are, the rent information is the tenants. You are sending threatening letters to the tenants. We know that when you send us the letters are going into our files also, which means false information is going into our files. And I think that's slander, as far as I'm concerned, okay? Each and every one of us is getting late fees, not paying rent, okay? It's going into our files. And each and every one of us, just about that I'm speaking about, some is here, okay? And when you start sending letters to us, and then the letters are going into our files, when we leave housing authority, we have a hard time in getting another apartment because of this. Okay, dryers. Me, myself, the dryers is taking my money. The washing machines and dryers taking my money. Also taking other people's money. We haven't never received no money back. Okay, this mine so far has been 7 months. I haven't received a dime. Okay. Elevators. Now we got brand new elevators. I can't understand it. Okay, one elevator took a year to get fixed. Okay, 1 whole year. Okay, to get fixed, plus another 3 months to get it inspected. Well, now we got an elevator. Well, we got crippled people. Okay, you got senior citizens. Elevators got to go up 4 or 5 times before you can get into an elevator. They got to stand there and wait. Okay. I don't think it's fair. I'm one of them too. Okay? I don't understand. I thought y'all just got $16 million. Okay? And y'all can't get an elevator fixed? The one's been down for like 4 or 5 months now. Okay? Brand new. I don't understand. Okay? Why? Y'all supposed to be the people that's supposed to be taking care of us. We the ones paying y'all paycheck. Why? I just can't understand. We, all of these in the building, and crippled people. Nothing can be happening. Nothing's happening. Nobody cares. God say, y'all don't care. God say y'all don't care. Now that's bad. A committee that can't do nothing. That's ridiculous. Really, that's ridiculous. I don't believe it. I'm 75 years old, and I got to deal with this here. We don't have no hot water either in French Towers. We had a gas leak we had a gas leak on Super Bowl day in the burger room, which we could have got blowed up. Okay, stupid stuff. I just can't understand. And what's going to happen? Soon later it's going to get blowed up. Then y'all give us some attention. That's all I got to say.
Thank you so much. Kim Hicks.
Okay, Mary, I'm not sure the last name, White Peach, or Mary, who's the last name? What's his next one?
Francis?
No, you don't want to speak? Okay. You don't want to speak. Strowman? Do you want to speak?
What I was going to say.
Okay. James Coleman? Do you want to speak?
Yes, my name is James Coleman. I live in 237 Oakland Street. My unit is 75. There's a few issues that I have at the Josephson building as well. Like we said, the elevator, okay, that's been down. We're supposed to have 2 working elevators. One was, it wasn't supposed to take this long for both these elevators to get fixed. It was originally said that it was supposed to be 6 months to do one and 6 months to do the other. And now we're still without we're still only with one elevator. So that's an issue for us because there's 100 and something people in, the building with just one elevator. The other thing is we, I got an issue with people in this community room just going in there just doing what they want to do, and I'm actually being tormented every time I go in there because now this certain person decides that every time I go in this community room, he wants to torture somebody. I mean, he sticks his middle finger up, calls me different types of names, and I shouldn't have to go through this type of stuff. I'm trying my best to do the best I can as president of the building, so, we just have these types of issues. And there's also certain things I want to, talk to people about in private so that we don't, so I don't call any types of names out like this. But, we're dealing with different types of issues in this building. Like they said, our lights have been out in the community room, for a few months. When I talked about it, they said, they're looking for a contractor or whatever to fix the lights. But at the moment, we're dealing with very, poor lighting in our community room. These are things that we shouldn't have to go through as tenants paying our rent. So we generally want that fixed, if you don't mind.
Thank you so much.
Ms. Carla, do you want to speak as well? Ms. Carla Colvin.
My name is Carla Coleman. I live at 237 Oakland Street, apartment 518. I got problems with people putting trash on the steps, on every floor, by the elevators, top of carts all on the floors, and stuff like that. I get some people DJ cars in the front of the building while we got handicapped people trying to get in the building. And they got handicapped people with vans with handicapped people that they try to get in the building. Some people got wheelchairs, walkers. They blocking the pathway before they get on. And I got problems. A man that live over top of my husband, he plays music too loud, and I get tired of this man keep on calling my husband a hypocrite, and I get tired of that. After I go downstairs, he be telling the guards about my husband. I say that's not nice, and that's wrong. And he live on my floor, but I'm just gonna keep that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Ms. Susan Pickett?
Good afternoon, I'm Susan Pickett, 237 Oakland Street, Trenton, New Jersey. And first of all, I want to say a few things first. Fire door on the 8th floor. It does not shut. Has not shut for years. I've been here with this issue over and over again till I stopped coming. Then I only come in here every now and then. But we do know that if the fire door is left open and there's a fire, that helps the fire spread. When I say it does not close properly, if you go through the door and let the door go, it's that wide open left. A lot of the other floors, the doors do work. But I've been complaining about the 8th floor forever. Okay. Bed bugs. You should have been told today that there's a problem with bed bugs. Of course, all the buildings sort of have them. But the problem is this.
if you spray apartment on the 6th floor, sometimes, if they're that bad, they need to be sprayed upstairs, above them, and below them. There's a person who has bed bugs in their apartment, and they've had like 4 or 5 treatments in 1 year. The person who lives above them has it so bad, and nobody's been in that apartment because he's got some kind of lock on the door from the inside that maintenance can't come in, the exterminator can't come in, and when they come to do inspections, they can't get in. And all they do is send out a cease notice. Now, they've been sending him a cease notice for years because he bragged about, well, I must have a stack like this. Okay? That's a problem. That's really, really a problem. And some of these things, maybe not that, but they've been spoken about before. And the issues have not been resolved. No way, no how, resolved. And this is not fair to the tenants there. It really isn't. If you have somebody in apartment, let's say 1, and the person above them on the 2nd floor apartment with that last number 1, you should spray both of those because those bugs are traveling. Second thing is, you have people moving out of the buildings over here, and they're coming over there. You should have the exterminator visit them before they move, because now they're bringing more bugs. And that is a fact. They're bringing more bugs. Okay? So, I mean, everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy almost, but I tell you no lie. I'm scared to death that they'll come into my apartment. I have an apartment right now that's next to me that's empty, and the one next to it is empty. Okay? I mean, what can I tell you? So, it would behoove the housing authority to check out these people before they move in there, because you're going to be paying more and more and more and more and more. Now, that's really all I have to say today. Mr. Jelani, we've been riding together for a long time, and we've had our differences. We've had our, we've had our differences. I'll just leave it right there. But I do want to say to you, it was a pleasure working with you, because there are a lot of times we did come to a conclusion on some things. And wherever you go, whatever you do, Godspeed.
Thank you.
Okay.
And lastly, Miss Virginia Marshall.
Virginia Marshall, Donnelly Resident. Donnelly Resident Council. First, I want to say, I'm sorry that you're leaving. I feel like you should have stayed. Yeah. And wrote it out like we're doing. I'm gonna leave that at that. We'll talk privately. I also want to say that it's nice that everybody is coming out. This is the most I've seen, and people are speaking out. And if you don't come out and speak out what's going on, people don't know. Right. So it's good that we're addressing it and making it known that what the issues and the problems are. Hopefully they get fixed. Some are repeated. Some haven't even began to touch the surface. But hopefully, what I want the Board of Commission to do is, you hear these people every month come, everybody's different. I don't want you guys to just keep writing stuff down. I want you guys to, in your old and new agenda, to include the tenants. You never do that. It's always what you guys need and want, but it's never the tenants. And this is what they're looking for. Some resolution to whatever's going on. No, we can't expect the Trenton Housing Authority to fix everything, but I understand that because you pay rent. But tenants also are held accountable on stuff that they need to do also. It's both parties. It's not just one-sided. So everybody needs to recognize that. Again, like going forward, hopefully we continue to work and fix issues and problems that needs to be fixed. And some things which you don't feel is a sense of urgency, the residents do, because we live it every day. So just keep that in mind. All right.
Are you gonna have a question?
Let me see, Jelani. You've been a great man here. And I wish you wouldn't go. But I understand you gotta do what you got to do. I'm gonna miss you, and I'm gonna love you.
That's all the public comment.
I would like to say to the tenants, I've had several complaints about the elevators, and the elevators are being looked into. But one thing that we do want y'all to know, we can't have that elevator up and running when it's a safety issue. So it's taking a little longer to get parts, and it has to be inspected first, before anybody can get on it. But we are working on it. I know it's taking a little longer than it should, but safety comes first. Okay?
Excuse me, can I say something? Them elevators are supposed to be brand spanking new. I don't know how much money y'all done paid for them elevators, okay? But they're supposed to be brand spanking new. And there's no reason why you have to go back and give more money to the people to get it fixed. You're supposed to have had it done in the beginning, not this way, that way, this way. What are y'all doing, getting kickbacks?
Can I speak on this?
What are y'all getting kickbacks or something here?
Seeking clarity.
Okay,
Seeking clarity.
that's fine.
I just need, we put protocol back in place. I know it's a very sensitive issue for the residents, and the commissioners don't take it lightly, but there is a level of protocol at these meetings.
I understand that, but
And
that's
so,
brand new.
sir, and so I would simply ask that you be respectful to the commissioners, and we will be respectful to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Madam Chair.
I have a small update, but it's not a great one, but, so the contractor, they had to use several contractors during this process, subcontractors, so that's one of the big delays. We are looking into doing liquidated damages, meaning that we're gonna be requesting money back from the contractor because these elevators were supposed to be completed. The last, we heard is that it's a regenerative drive part, that it's an energy of conservation part that is needed, and that it's required by the inspector. So that's what we're waiting for them to install right now on both, not just Josephson, French is dealing with the same issue. So it's both elevators, and it's the contractor. So we are looking to pursue liquidated damages to receive money back from them because it has been delayed, like way long. Luckily, it's still one elevator operating, but it is inconvenient. So we do apologize.
Same thing, same deal with the roof?
No, the roof's just begun actually. So
Roof what?
they just begun. This elevator's ain't been going on for almost a year
I
and a
think
half.
Christie's, that's
We could talk about it.
All right. At this time, we have commissioner comments. Commissioner Staton?
Yeah, you always start with me. All right. Okay, great. Couple of things. I'll start with some reactions to the resident concerns. I want to thank Ms. Hammond, Mr. Thompson, Mr. Coleman, Ms. Pickett, Mrs. Coleman, Mr. Coleman, and Ms. Marshall for speaking. Your comments don't fall on deaf ears. And for Mr. Thompson, I want to talk about the washers and the dryers and all that stuff, but you mentioned something that really kind of struck a chord with me, where you said, what will we do with the money we're getting paid? This is a volunteer board. That's number one. There's no compensation whatsoever for what we do. And then there was a mention of maybe we're getting a kickback. So those, for me, I understand it's an emotional thing, what's happening. But when you throw around those kind of accusations, they're hurtful, very inaccurate, and I wish you would refrain from making them going forward. Now, to the washers and dryers, we own the washers, is that correct?
That's correct.
That's something I recall. So and our folks are trained to repair them, correct?
Well, we have a contract, they're under service contract that we have coming out.
So washers and dryers really need to be fixed as quickly as they go down, especially since there's only 3 in these apartment buildings. I'm not quite sure how you came up with that amount of washers, but that ain't my thing. I don't do half. But certainly if it's 3, then 3 ought to be operating all the time because it's certainly a small amount. And if if it can't get fixed and you need a part, then you need to bring in some rentals or something in there. Last thing you want to do is have people inconvenienced like that, having to go off site to get their clothes and things washed. To the elevators, I understand city used to have problems getting parts brought in. It seemed like forever for parts to come in, and it was a real hardship, and it is here for you as well. It is just something about parts. I can't really explain it, like something like AutoZone. You can go and get these things for elevators. They really have to come from certain places, just like things for HVAC systems. Really, it's kind of complicated. But it doesn't certainly excuse the fact that they have been down for so long. Not only is it an inconvenience, it really is a safety issue because there are a lot of folks who can't maneuver the stairs, I'm sure. That's a problem. And certainly if there was a fire or medical services had to get up to someone, it compromises the response time and all that. So I'm hoping that these new elevators and the ones that are waiting to get repaired, really there is a proactive approach to the maintenance of them so that they don't go down. And when supplies are ordered, just double up the order if you can, so you'll have those parts, in inventory, so that those repairs can be done quicker. Handicap parking, that was Miss Coleman in Josephson. So I use handicap, I have handicap stickers, so I know exactly how you feel about that when there's not a spot for you to park. I would just simply ask or suggest to the administration that they do an inventory of the number of residents who actually have handicap stickers or placards or whatever, and mark more parking spots for them.
Right.
So, it's an easy fix. Just, take an inventory of who has them, make how many you have to register. If you got 4 spots now and you got a dozen folks who need them, then you just have to increase the spots. Smoking outside, in the building it certainly is a no-no. I don't know, smoking outside, people always figure if they're outside it's okay. That's an enforcement issue for your security. I don't know how, I'm overwhelmed with security as it is, but that's something you would have to really work with your building manager about. I'm a little alarmed that maintenance workers speak out on issues. I know the residents want to get an answer and they go to whoever they think they can give them the answer, but sometimes maintenance workers don't realize how insensitive or inaccurate their remarks may be. They may be coming from a whole different thing. They may be off their own emotions or issues, and so if they're miserable, then they're gonna make somebody else feel miserable. So I would suggest maintenance folks send residents to the manager to answer questions. I mean, really send a directive to them not to do that anymore, because that just causes a lot more confusion. Okay. All right. Let's see. And now I want to go on to some good stuff. I just want to say everything ain't bad at the housing authority. And
hot water.
Oh, the hot week. Well, I'm gonna leave that. I'm first. So when I'm first, I always have a list of stuff to say. But I can assure you, we all feel the same way. So I'm gonna leave somebody else to address that. Okay. I want to talk about some of the good things, and that is, I don't know, you guys take advantage of the activities that go on in your building? No,
Very
not
few in
good.
my building.
Huh?
Very few in my building.
Very few. Well, I tell you, well, I don't know how the message gets out about these. I don't know if it's a flyer that goes out or whatever, but there's a lot of good things that are going on. There's a lot of partnering going on with regards to food pantries, and then you got that bingo thing going on. I already told you how I feel about bingo. But there's a lot of good things going on as well, and I'm just hoping that you guys have an opportunity to take advantage of those activities that are in your building, or at least certainly somewhere here on the PHA property. And with regards to the director leaving, so we found that last month. We almost all fell to the floor about it, right? We all, I certainly have always admired Mr. Garrett's work with here at the Housing Authority before I came on to the board. In fact, I admire all of the administration because I think they all work very, very hard. But it is certainly bittersweet to see them go. You know, sometimes you just got to let folks go on. They've done a good job and they move on and go somewhere and do more good work. Certainly, I believe we are in capable hands with the administrators he has now. So don't worry too much about it, okay? We'll still be in good hands. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mr. Walker.
So I'd just like to ditto everything that Commissioner. There's not a whole lot more to say. I think she really covered it. Your issues do not fall on deaf ears. The administration here, I am a witness. They do their very best to give you what they can, and there are other entities that they have to depend on to make sure those things are done. So, yeah, I know how you feel when you can't get on the elevator. I know how you feel when water's all in the lobby or things like that. But the administration, they really do work hard to make sure that you get what you deserve. And a lot of it does have to do with finances and monies that we get from HUD, and you have to balance it. So it's not going on deaf ears to all of you. To operations, I just want to say to you that I see the increases in finance, in collections, in operations, and vacancies. Terrence, I noticed when I came in how they boarded up all the windows and they appear to be safe. So I just wanted to say to the administration that you're doing a very good job.
What about the hot water?
The hot water,
Excuse me. Are you done?
no, I'm not. So the hot water, I'm gonna leave that up to one of the administrators to explain that to you, okay? Jelani Garrett.
Yes, ma'am.
He has been one of the finest executive directors that this housing authority has had. And as some of you know, I used to work here. I worked here for a whole lot of years. I'm not even gonna say the number. But I enjoyed my job. I'm just gonna tell you, I was placed here for a purpose. And in working under Jelani Garrett, it was just a great run for me. And I think that it was one of the best runs for you residents as far as getting the things that you require. Jelani, thank you. I just want to thank you for all that you've done for the residents here. And what I like about Jelani is not about being seen or being in the newspapers or being talked about. He really has a sincere heart for our people to live the best they can. And I just appreciate that from you, Jelani. I'm going to miss you, but I have your phone number, and I'll be in touch with you over the years. Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Commissioner Lopez.
You brought this on yourself.
Change it.
We have a motion to rescind.
So moved. Commissioner Lopez.
Yeah, just one clarifying comment in regard to the funds that we do have and how we can allocate them. When it comes to, for example, the recent funds that we're getting from HUD, the millions of dollars that were mentioned, that's specifically going to our choice neighborhood plans, and so we can't just use that however we want. We have specific guidelines on how and where it can be used. Likewise with the HIP program, we have funds, but it's specifically going towards facades for homeowners on MLK, and so with that in mind, we are limited, but we still have some flexibility, and so it's just about being creative with the funds that we do have freedoms to use. And then other times, right, it's not even just about the funds, but we've all paid for something and not gotten what we expected. This is unfortunately a regular part of life, whether it's, with your car, you're getting fixed, a new window, door, or something, and so sometimes that happens as well, and that's recently has happened, and unfortunately we have to deal with it and work around that. And so that's my clarifying comment. And of course, I'll keep it short and sweet, right? I just thank you for the way in which you have worked while you've been here, and I've been here for a short time in comparison to others, but I have no doubt since the first moment that I came into this door that you were a leader that cared about simple things like competence, right? That you put value and emphasis on taking care of the little things and knowing that that's how the big things get taken care of. And so I appreciate you and your presence, and I wish you the best of luck as you move forward towards your next goals. And so thank you for all you did.
Commissioner Rain,
I don't have any comments.
Commissioner Green.
Just 2 comments, and maybe Cliff can help me out with this one. Cliff, can you see what's going on in the community room with the lighting?
Yes, ma'am.
And also, the smoking in front of the building, is it an easy ask for us to just instruct security that if they see smoking, tell them they have to be 12 feet back from the building, whatever that number is?
25.
To maybe put a little bit of pressure on that, just because there may be people on oxygen tanks and things like that, and they could be affected by it. And Cordelia, you said everything, so I don't have much to say. And the gas leak.
I'm not aware.
The gas leak. Can you look into that, Cliff, about the gas leak? And I'm not going to say much about Jelani. I'm not even going to make eye contact. But I'm a crybaby, but I've known Jelani since my very beginning here, coming back home straight out of college, and I'm not going to make eye contact. But Jelani has been there for me professionally and personally through some of the worst times of my life. I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm not going to make eye contact with him. The commissioner that he has to talk to personally about this decision that he's made, but it's okay. I'll talk to him later personally, privately. And I can tell you all, I'm going to speak not as a commissioner, but probably as a work daughter, work dad. Because when I was at City Hall, that's my relationship. I learned more, I'm going to just say it really, more from Housing Authority during my time as being a planner than I did when I worked at City Hall. I requested for my office to be in Housing Authority. I didn't even want to be in City Hall. I wanted to be over here with these good people. They had nice furniture, they had nice everything. I'm like, oh, this is the vibe. I need to be over here. I can learn from these. But being a black woman and starting my professional career off really, really young, and being able to walk into the room with my big 3, which was Miss Huff and Cliff and Jelani. I learned so much from them. To this very day, if I have any issues, I will call Christy in a heartbeat at 11 o'clock at night, like, Christy, can you help me with this Excel project? So I just want to say, Jelani, thank you for hiring great staff, because I'm okay with you. I'm okay with you stepping off professionally, but knowing that you hired like phenomenal staff, it just made everything better. So we can let you go. We can let you go. We okay. We're gonna be okay. That's it. I'm not gonna make too much eye contact. I'm done.
Commissioner Gentry.
2 quick statements. I understand how residents must feel about the idea of the elevators not working. The problem is, you take a machine like an elevator, those aren't parts that sit on the shelf. and you have to fall in line and wait your turn to get a part. Then you have to wait your turn to get someone who's qualified to install the part, which means it can be pushed back. And I can understand being impatient and waiting on it, but that is what that is, you know. And I really want to go with what Commissioner Staten said about the being paid. I was told before one time by somebody on city council I was making over $100,000 a year, and I wasn't hiring no people, and I was like, what? Somebody owed me a lot of money. People just don't understand. This is all volunteer. And to come here and voluntarily make decisions that's against other folks that look like me, it's not happening. Right. It's not happening. And things don't always turn on a dime, happen on a dime. But the idea that the commissioners here don't care, no, that's misinformation. That's not the case. But last but not least, about Mr. Jelani Lehman. I have enjoyed my relationship with you and working with you professionally and personally since you've been here. I truly understand why you're leaving, and I say go for it, because sometimes God just gives us blessings, we have to answer that call. And I wish you well with it. One thing you did, and I said it before, you built a hell of a team. When you come here, you know that they work collectively together. It's a team. And leaders build leaders. And that's exactly what you did here. You know, so thank God you stopped through here on the way where you go. All right? Thank you. That's it. Here come the hammer. Look down.
I am not going to look at you because I'm already emotional. But the only thing I can say, Jelani, is that several people told me that people come into your life for a reason. You know, there are seasons, and I guess you was another one added to the list to help me grow into the individual that I am today. So I appreciate you for that. I'm gonna miss our conversations. I'm gonna have to tell Nina, I'm gonna have to call you once a month or something, you know, to make sure that you are doing okay. Because you are a good individual. I appreciate you, I really do. But, as everybody else has said, you left us in good hands. So, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I love you, I thank you, and continue to be a great person. At this time, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Doctor, do we have an executive session?
No.
No.